Agriculture. So General Studies paper 3, the components of GS3 for 250 marks includes economy, agriculture, science, technology and environment, internal security, disaster management. So what the best strategy I would advise for people taking the mains, keep going through the syllabus again and again. See, for instance, you see the unit on agriculture. What does it contain? Cropping pattern, then the food security, food processing. So related topics, whatever are there, if you go through the syllabus again and again, you will know what is there in the syllabus. So GS3 issues relating to agriculture. We take one topic for discussion. This is for 150 words. 150 words means around 15 lines. Minimum, so we're doing something on minimum support price. See the question. The minimum support price or the MSP does not cover all the crops. A well-developed derivatives market will serve farmers better. Substantiate. So the question is about the shortcomings in the system of minimum support price. Then what options are there to minimum support price? So as in other videos, first we have a discussion on the background. See now the public distribution system. The public distribution system, the PDS, ensures active procurement by the Food Corporation of India for rice and wheat, stored according to buffer stock norms and used for distribution. So the FCI is the nodal agency for procuring rice and wheat. It procures according to buffer stock norms and it is stored, and then the same thing is used for distribution. Now, where rice and wheat are concerned, there are no limits to procurement. So what is happening is there's a tendency to overproduce, overprocure, and overstock. So with this background, we go into the issues of concern relating to the MSP. Because see, you may have read so much on MSP, you may know so much on MSP, but the answer should confine to the question. So the question is, MSP does not cover all crops. A well-developed derivative market will serve farmers better. So in this, what you're suggesting is, first you're sharing the issues of concern. What are the problem with the current MSP? Then you're suggesting the options. First issue is, now the minimum support price. It should be announced only when there is back-end procurement. There's no point in just announcing MSP all of a sudden and not providing back-end procurement. Then the system of MSP has to cover all states and not only where the Food Corporation of India has required machinery. This is another glaring drawback as far as the minimum support price is concerned. So what we are doing is we are covering states only with strong FCI infrastructure. So what you are suggesting is, let it cover all states and not restricted only to where the FCI has the required machinery. Then the Food Corporation of India. See, it needs to work with all the state agencies. Each state agency has got a procurement agency. So FCI has to coordinate with the state agencies to ensure that even for paddy, when there's paddy procurement, see, the market price must not go below the minimum support price. So if such a thing has to happen, the FCI has to work with the state agencies. Now what happens in the absence of a credible procurement price? In the absence of credible procurement, prices will come down. See, if the end-to-end support is not given to the farmer, if the farmer's income is severely impacted and it affects the farmer monetarily. Options to the minimum support price. The answer says, the question says, Well-developed derivatives market will serve farmers better. So the thing is, the main question we are asking is, should the MSP regime be buried once and for all? Whether it is working. See, just now we spoke of several issues are there. If the MSP has to work, so many things have to be in place. Now we suggest an alternative to the minimum support price. First thing, see, you have a system of displaying the prices to the farmers. So once there is a system of display of price, farmers will take a call on which crop to sow, and so once they take a proper decision on which crop to sow, the situation will be better, and there will not be any uncertainty in the market, and the income of the farmer will not suffer. Multiple contracts to be enforced, especially during harvest. So multiple contracts, this will mean that the farmer will get a better price, and it will impact the income of the farmer. The third thing would be a suggestion for banning or removing or making a barrier-free interstate trade. There should not be any restrictions for interstate trade. Contract farming. In contract farming, what we are proposing is making agriculture viable, investment in agriculture viable. So this contract farming is also an alternative for stepping up the income of the farmer, and it is an option for the minimum support price, for disbanding the minimum support price. Now we have the Essential Commodities Act. See, what the Essential Commodities Act has done is imposing limits on storage. By imposing limits, it is hurting the, like what shall I say, it is hurting the markets. Now if you remove the, or you use the Essential Commodities Act to step up private investments in storage, this is another thing wherein the food grains will not go waste, and if private investments in storage are taken up, the farmers are assured of good storage facilities, which the government alone cannot do. So we require the active participation of the private sector. For this, we'll have to see that the Essential Commodities Act does not become a burden of harassment. As I told you in another video, how the EC Act is an act of harassment, unnecessary raids. So using the EC Act to step up private investments in storage. Finally, prices of food items like cereals, edible oils, pulses, onions, and potatoes to be deregulated. So once this is deregulated, the market forces will regulate the price automatically, and only when the state enters to regulate, we have the possible outcomes of black marketing, hoarding, and all that. So for a discussion on the question of the minimum support price, first we had the background, how the present system restricted to procurement of rice and wheat is leading to overproduction, overprocurement, and overstocking. It is not done in a scientific manner. And what is happening because of the minimum support price policy? We have suggested certain issues. Like we have said, you announce the MSP only when there is back-end procurement, because only when there is back-end procurement, the system of MSP will work. Then we also spoke of the role of the Food Corporation of India. We said the Food Corporation of India should cover all states. Its operations should cover all states, and not where only it has required infrastructure or machinery. And the FCA, we said it should coordinate with the states. See, for instance, when paddy procurement comes, this paddy procurement price should not go below the market price. Then, so we also said, unless the procurement prices are credible, it will impact the income of the farmer. Now the government has set upon the target of doubling the income of the farmer. So this will take a hit if credible procurement prices are not there. Then we had a discussion on what are the options to minimum support price. First thing we said, we have a display mechanism wherein the prices of different commodities are there so that the farmer will take a decision on what to cultivate and he will manage accordingly. Then we also spoke of multiple contracts, especially during harvest. Then barrier-free interstate trade, contract farming to promote investment in agriculture. Then we said how the Essential Commodities Act, apart from being an act of harassment and creating an era of inspections and raids, it can be used to step up private investment in storage. So once as I also, for the sake of repetition, I said this question of storage, it should not be left to the government alone. There should be public investment in storage, that is by private investment in storage. For this, the EC Act has to be used to step up private investments in storage. Finally, we also spoke of how food items like cereals, edible oils, pulses, onions, and potatoes, the prices of these have to be deregulated. These are the options to the MSP. So this is the way you will answer the question. And as I told you, if you want additional material to fall back on to what we have discussed, go to the Economic Survey, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This Volume 1 and Volume 2 will help you for, apart from economy, it will help you for agriculture, issues relating to agriculture, issues relating to food security. Then a portion of the Economic Survey is also covering a bit issues relating to environment. Then of course economy is also covered. So in GS3, economy, agriculture, part of environment, the best source material would be Economic Survey, both Volume 1 and Volume 2. And as I told you, your quoting from the Economic Survey, basing your answer from the Economic Survey, will see that you stand in a better position compared to the others and you can score better marks in the mains.